How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I have something that I'm really excited for. I'm going to be playing the richest man in MLB The Show history in terms of Stubs. This opponent is Teepz, TrevTeepz, and you might have seen him play Healy in a video as well. He has just about every card in the game. He's also been a big part of the MLB The Show community since MLB The Show 16. The first time I have ever heard about Teepz or watched any of his gameplay or seen anything about him was actually through a Cardinal Bird 5 video. I watched one of those videos where Teepz let Cardinal Bird 5 use his account in MLB The Show 16, and he had every card in the game. I thought it was very impressive, but I didn't realize how impressive Teepz actually is. I mean, if you want to check out his channel, he is the market genius. I will have a link to his channel posted in the comment section down below and pinned. But this guy has had about 10 million stubs, which is the cap. I think MLB The Show actually changed the cap for stubs because of him. And he's always had the maximum amount of stubs as well as all of the cards in the game. And he's continually able to keep this status of the richest man in MLB The Show history in terms of stubs. I think that that's pretty incredible. He's also a really good player at the game. I believe his record was 48-4 when I played this friendly against him. I was actually in his live stream when he was playing some viewer games, asked me to play, and of course I was going to say yes. I mean, I wanted to collab with some people, some streamers, some content creators as well. And Trev is a good guy. I've been watching his stream for many years now, and I enjoy his content. So I wanted to play him and include this in a collaboration video. So we do get the first run of the game there with Mike Piazza. I wanted to give you guys a quick intro to a little bit about him. I'm just a big fan of his content, as well as he's a nice guy. He helps out a lot of other content creators with shout outs, talking about what they bring to the community, stuff like that. So definitely check out his channel as well. We're facing the Zach Greinke. This card is really good, one of the best pitchers in the game. And I was actually using Tommy John in my rotation, and he got selected in this video. I was telling Teepz, I was hoping that I would be able to get Tommy John selected because I didn't really get a chance to use him too much. I debuted him in one video, but really only had that one appearance with him, and then I used him a couple times in friendly games. There, Teepz turned on that cutter over the middle of the plate with Tony Gwynn, sent it out for a 2-run homer. He actually takes the lead there. And we're in the second inning, so it's still a lot of game to be played, but he's definitely hitting the ball well, squaring it up. And that's the thing about Trev I like about him is he doesn't use the same settings that everybody else uses. He uses a different PCI that I don't normally see a lot of people use. He also uses pulse pitching, and he's one of the best pulse pitchers I've ever seen. He gets very good feedback on his pitches every time. There, I squared that one up with Willie Mays, and I thought that his left fielder was going to be able to track this one down, and he does. So that was a pretty nice play out there. Definitely a good player. I mean, anytime you're going up against somebody using different settings like meter pitching or pulse pitching, it's tough to tell the difference. The only reason I know that is because I was watching his stream. I do watch his content, but he's a very good player when it comes to that, and is able to pitch effectively with that setting. If I was to use pulse pitching, I would get absolutely destroyed. I wouldn't be able to throw every pitch with good feedback like he is able to. So that was impressive. Just looking to try and keep this game close. It's a 2-1 game. He has an opportunity to score another run. He stole second and third base there with Honus Wagner, so he was being extremely aggressive. Luckily, I got the pop fly to left field. That's Griffey out there in left. He's not going to test the runner. Or he's not going to test the arm out there in left field, but does have an opportunity to score a run here, and he lines out to right field. So unfortunate. I know that he's squaring up the ball consistently in this game so far. I think that both players could have a couple more runs. I mean, I lined out a few times. I hit one to the track that he caught running into the wall, stuff like that. I think that both players could have been rewarded more often in this game. And I do say that a lot playing this game. Sometimes I notice it more than others. But throughout this one so far, I mean, we're both hitting the ball pretty good. We're both having some good at-bats. And so far, this is a really good game. Tommy John's pitching pretty effectively. He gives up a laser beam double down the line there. That cutter just was not far enough inside. I tried to get it in on the hands, and Trev turns on that one, smacking it down the line for a double. So now we're facing Tony Gwynn, who already has the home run in the game, and Trev's also being aggressive once again, trying to steal third base. That time I was ready for it, went with the slide step, and I was able to get him. Jackie Robinson up at the plate, using a little bit of a different lineup. This is actually Brooks Robinson's debut as well. So we have a couple of Robinsons in the order, back to back. I told him in the chat, meet the Robinsons. I thought that was kind of funny, but I've never really used this card. I've given up a couple home runs to Brooks Robinson when I faced him. He's also gotten a couple base hits against me. He's done pretty well. Definitely more of a defensive third baseman, and probably the best defensive third baseman that has ever lived. But at the same time, there are a couple other guys I'm excited to see in the game, like Mike Schmidt. I think we'll be able to rival him a little bit better with more power. But that Brooks Robinson so far has been kept off the board. He made a nice play there with George Brett as he flies out to left field with George Brett. But we're facing Greinke here, who already has a base hit in the game. He gets another one there. The best hitting pitcher in the game, in my opinion. The best all-around hitting pitcher, has the most vision, has pretty good contact attributes. And Madison Bumgarner, of course, is right there with him. But I think that Greinke's all-around a little bit better. I got another one here with Willie Mays, but that one was above the zone. He got me to chase a little bit there. We are down in this game with 2 outs, looking to get a 2-out rally going. 57 pitches in from Greinke, and that one was over the middle of the plate. I tried to smack it out for a home run. It stays in the yard, and that's going to be off the wall for a double. I thought that Willie Mays was going to make that play. I was actually surprised that he didn't. He's a very good fielder out there and had that animation earlier in the game with Griffey. I thought that he was going to be able to make that play, but we're going to test Griffey's arm in left with the base hit from Rogers Hornsby. That does score the run, tying the game up. And the very next batter is Ken Griffey Jr. I wasn't on that one with the PCI. I could tell when I took that swing that I was slightly low and away with the PCI, and it was a pitch middle in. I squared it up still somehow and hit it out for a 2-run shot. So we take the lead there on a questionable hit. We probably didn't deserve that 2-run homer, but nonetheless, we are up 2 runs, and also might have had to do something with the confidence there. I have no idea what the confidence was like on Greinke after I was able to tie the game up. But anyway, Ken Griffey Jr. is going to fly out to Ken Griffey Jr., and we're looking to try and pitch this game, the rest of this game, with Bruce Sutter in the bullpen. I mean, I had to take out Tommy John and go to a pinch hitter earlier, and I also didn't want to leave him in too long because Teepz was hitting them pretty well. I mean, he was squaring up the ball. It was only a matter of time before he started to score some more runs against him or hit another home run or 2 off of him. So I figured I'd have to manage it with the bullpen, try and get something going with the bottom of the lineup here, and Brooks Robinson batting in the 8 hole, and lines out to left field, almost into a double play there. I was trying to do a hit and run. I figured that was a pretty good hitter to go with a hit and run because he does have 125 vision, good contact, and I was hitting the ball well with him. Just didn't get rewarded with him in this video, or so far in this game. I mean, he does have a couple squared up balls, and just didn't get the result. But Jorge Posada is going to start this next inning off with a no-doubt home run. That was absolutely launched. A pitch low in the zone, and he went with it the other way perfectly for a home run. A lot of people have been talking about that Jorge Posada. Teepz having every card in the game and using him definitely says something to me, and I probably want to try that card out. I mean, a switch hitting catcher is something that I'm looking for with a lot of power. I know Piazza has been really good. Also hit a home run in this gameplay for me, so he has been pretty good, but I also want to try out some different players. Hornsby with the no-doubter as well. That pitch was over the middle of the plate, got the slider and sat on it pretty well there against Greinke and hit it out. But we do have kind of a low-scoring game. I know that both players were squaring up the ball pretty well, but we were also pitching pretty well at the same time. I mean, pitching really effectively, a lot of first-pitch strikes, a lot of balls borderline on the edge there, working the corners a little bit. That's important. And trying to get the opponent to chase a little bit. Even though it's a friendly game, still want to try and challenge the other person as well as get them to chase pitches outside the zone. And there I just hung the curveball. He smacked it down the line. That's Rogers Hornsby. Rogers Hornsby always does damage against me, whether it's the computer in those moments extreme, whether it's playing somebody online. Teepz is certainly a really good hitter and kind of made a little bit of a mistake here. Tried to steal, and I don't think he tried to go back there. I think that he had the stolen base, actually, but he went back, may have accidentally clicked the R1 button somehow and sent his runner back. I'm not quite sure, but that was a big break there. He had a chance to tie the game up. Kind of ran himself out of the inning, and it was late in the game, so that's kind of important. I mean, one swing of the bat and a bloop and a blast can tie this game up. Really, one swing of the bat changes the dynamic of the game, and I'm trying to avoid giving up any run so that way the tying run can come to the plate, and that's exactly what happens. Frank Thomas smacks that one out against Trevor Hoffman. I tried to challenge him with the fastball up in the zone. He was ready for it, and it caught way too much of the plate. It was right over the middle. I'm going to have to go ahead and go to Aroldis Chapman here to try and get the last couple outs of this game. I know that he's not the greatest pitcher for me, tends to hang some pitches over the plate, and I'm just hoping that he doesn't, and there's a changeup right down the middle, so that's not what I was looking for. That was a good blinking good pitch, and it just hung over the middle, so that's kind of what I mean about hanging some pitches. That slider was also over the plate. I thought that once he hit that, I thought it was going to be a tie game. Sent it out to center field, luckily, instead of pulling the baseball for a home run. Also just unlucky for Teepz to line out to end the game there. He is the richest man in MLB The Show history in terms of Stubs, and also a really good opponent, a great player at this game. Definitely check out his channel. I was really excited to play against him, and I'm glad I was able to. I'm glad that we did get this game in. We might go ahead and turn it into a series. But Bruce Sutter has been my most effective reliever, as you see there, 17-0. That's something that Teepz just mentioned on his live stream as well. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm College Lefty. Make sure to check out my friend Teepz and give him a follow on Twitch as well. But peace out.